What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We have a lot of stuff to do today. I am clocked out of work right now for my lunch break, so I have an hour to do. Probably a little over an hour, maybe even 2 hours worth of work. I have to, let's just give you guys the rundown of what we're doing, and then obviously I'll show you guys what I'm doing. But first things first, I'm driving right now to UPS. I have to drop off a 100-pound dumbbell that I bought on Amazon, saying that it was a 2-pack. Turned out to only be a 1-pack. I spent $635 on one dumbbell. Absolutely not. It was an adjustable dumbbell. So taking that back to UPS, it's super heavy. That's why I'm out of breath right now. And then I actually have to go to the crypto miner basement to do a ton of stuff. So first one, gotta remember, I gotta get the Hive Mapper dash cam box because I made a video saying I was going to sell it, and I haven't listed it yet because I've been waiting to get the box, and I haven't been in the basement in forever. It's at a different location. So that's where I'm driving to now, obviously, to get that box so I can finally get this thing out of my car. I don't make any money with it anymore. If I do, it's like not even worth the time. And it's just, it's an opportunity to take that money to turn it into something else. I can put that into the market, or I can just use that, keep it in my savings account, save the money for a rainy day. Also, I have 4 Bitcoin solo lottery miners. I have one that is the BitAxe. I forgot the name of it, the BitAxe, and I have 3 jingle miners. I'm only able to set up the BitAxe today, but I just wanted to get it all over there so that way I can buy, let's make a quick turn here, don't get hit by a car. I want to make sure that I can get it all over there so that way I'm just more incentivized. It's all there. All I have to do is buy some cables because they're USB-C. So I just need to buy like a little dock and do that. Additionally, I have to set up the Canon Avalon Nano 3S. Man, these names for these devices are tricky, but yeah, I have to set that up because I finally figured out how to reset the Wi-Fi. So I want to get that thing back up and running because it makes a decent profit considering I'm not paying for electricity at this location, but I have to be reasonable with the amount of electricity that I use. So I can't have ASICs running there right now. Who knows? We'll see. I was watching a hobbyist miner video, and apparently if you have devices running for 12 months, you can negotiate a lower rate because he also lives in Pennsylvania where I'm at. So I might do something like that, maybe get some ASICs set up there, but that is also going to be quite the expenditure. So that's something that I gotta figure it out. Final thing, and then I guess we'll cut to me in the basement, is I have to measure to see if I can fit like a Husky rack. I know Red Panda Mining has them, but I have like this little rinky-dink rack, and the rack has some history to it. Like it's the rack that I started GPU mining on. So I've had it for a very long time, but in terms of just how much I've grown in the space in that time, I have a ridiculous amount of crypto-based boxes, whether it's hardware wallets or devices sent to review, and I don't want to throw out the boxes because if I have the box, it'll help with resale value. That's just how I've always thought about stuff. I know a lot of people in the space think the same. So I need a spot to store those boxes, and they're taking up too much space. They're all on the floor now. So if I can figure out the dimensions, I think the 2 dimensions for the Husky rack is like 65 inches and 77 inches, something like that, and then 90 inches in terms of width. I am gonna see which one I can fit, and then that's another cost. It's like $200. So I got to see if I actually want to do that. Might shop on Facebook Marketplace, but that's where we're at. We got an hour. Let's start that timer and let's get all this stuff done. All right, guys, it's time to enter the dungeon. Let me just say, those weights absolutely. Oh my God, I can't see anything. Those weights. Oh, as you can see better on the phone than with my eyes. That doesn't make sense, but yeah, that was terrible. Don't ever recommend buying the wrong weights and then returning them. So this is just an absolute disaster. Like, it looks disgusting. I don't think I have enough space actually for that rack now that I'm looking at it. This is why I did the things that the way that I did, but I have a ton of boxes and stuff, mostly here. It all got stacked up on top of itself. Like, look at all this stuff I have. A ton of stuff. I have this block. I forget what this project was even called, but it's just a paperweight at this point. A bunch of hardware wallets and stuff that I just don't use anymore. So actually, yeah, I don't use, but I want to keep. So I need to find a spot for that. That's the big thing. Can't put it up here because it's a bunch of files. I might be able to move this over, but there's copper there, so there's some stuff I got to figure out. But the important thing is, number one, some of the stuff just needs to go. I think I can sell this. Oh, I still have the power cord for it. Awesome, because I lost it for all the other ones. This was actually for Fry Crypto Project. I ended up not using it at all, and I formatted it to Windows to use it as like just a PC to monitor everything here, but I can't. It doesn't matter. I'm getting rid of it. It's a lot of talking just for now, a lot of information. And then this Ashler, this Entropy Ashler, probably going to sell that just because I haven't been able to get that set up. Going to keep the Antminer L3 Plus. Going to keep the Deep device, the Helium hotspot, the Aether Edge. There's some stuff like this GPU risers box, this computer case I don't need, but I don't want to throw out. So again, need to find a storage solution. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Oh my gosh, I have a ton of stuff in here too, don't I? These are all the TP-Link routers I actually need to format and then sell, and I haven't done that. So there's a ton more stuff than I thought. We're just going to get to work. Also, more ranting. This GPU rack, don't use anymore. There's no GPUs on it, but again, what am I going to do with it? I don't really want to get rid of it because GPU mining could come back, and this stuff could be worth money. So it's tricky. It's tricky. What would you guys do with all the stuff I just said? What do you guys think? I'm definitely interested in hearing your opinions, but first thing I'm going to do is get the Canon up and running, get the solo lottery miners up and running, and then get this bad boy. I need this box. So let's get to it. Well, this has been great. I made absolutely zero progress with either of them. The Canon continues to give me an error, which I remember that's why I stopped bothering with it a while ago. I think I need an Android phone. Like, I think that is going to solve it because it keeps trying to connect to the internet. It says connection failed or error or whatever, but then it gives me an IP address. And then when I go to add the IP address in my phone, it gives me another error saying it timed out, and it timed out after like less than half a second. So that's not really how timeouts work in networking, but whatever. And then the BitAxe, I'm just having issues with. All these ports are dead. This power strip is like on the edge. It's on its way out, I think, or like half of these are dead. So these don't work, so I can't set up these ones. And I'm just gonna have to do some more work off screen, I guess, to get that to work. But I did clean up some stuff. I got the Hive Mapper box, so we're gonna save this for another day. That's all I got for today. All right, next day, decided to add to this video. We are in a much better place. I actually even decided to pick up a second phone. I got an Android phone because I use an iPhone, to see if it would be better, because sometimes these devices can be finicky depending on what operating system you use. So I tried Android, didn't work at all. Then I tried a different Wi-Fi network, disconnected, and I didn't have a power cable for this, so I plugged it into the back of the Deep device. So I'm just, everything works, everything's great, this is awesome. Every single device I have is finally up and running, and with the exception of the old guy, the L3 Plus, which I don't think I'm gonna actually probably ever turn back on again. It has a dead board. I might need some help if anyone wants to help me diagnose and figure out how to fix that. I'm so down to do that, but that's where we're at. This is awesome. I haven't had stuff running up like this in a long time. So I also got these two things. I think I'm going to give them away just because I have that one. So be on the lookout for that. But that's it. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And we got a lot to get through. We got to maybe get a shelf and everything, but that's going to wrap it up. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.